welcome, welcome, welcome. We're all just getting organized. It's 11:11 officially right now, so I just want to honor that. We've just moved past the 11:11 now. So it's a beautiful, sacred time together. And I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. So if you can hear me, just put your thumbs up. Yeah? Everybody's good? Okay, fantastic. So welcome everyone, and there might be a few people coming in a little late, which is fine. And if that's the case, if you're not here and you're watching this on a replay, by all means, welcome. This is a healing circle that is with the intention to hold the space together. So I am so glad that everybody has united together. And this is a beautiful opportunity for all of us to come together around the world. And I know unequivocally that those that are meant to be here are here with us. So I wanted to begin by just saying thank you to every single heart, soul, and spirit for coming. And we're also together with the ancestors. We know this. And there are beautiful spiritual beings with us that maybe don't have the physical manifestation that we have, but they are with us. And we are here to honor them as well. So we honor the ancestors of all of us together in this one moment of unity in a circle around the world, in a sphere. So I wanted to start off with Tanya. And what I want to also say is June is here with us as well. And I made this space very specifically with the intention to honor our First Nations from Canada. And I think it's very important that I say that to begin. And we're very blessed to have both of these wonderful sisters that are First Nations Canadian, beautiful spiritual healers from different parts of Canada, one from more the West Coast and one where I am actually more in this center Ontario area. And I would like to just start off with Tanya opening up this healing circle. And if you could just go ahead, Tanya, that would be great.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tanya Matthews. I'm from Abitibi Anishinaabe Nation. Paul, I wasn't sure if we were going to actually start with the song or...
Yes, I actually will do that then. So thank you for reminding me. Let's do that. So what I wanted to do to begin, Tanya, what I just might have you do is just press mute on yourself, and I'll let everybody else also just make sure that you're on mute. And what I'm going to do is just do a share screen here, and we'll begin with actually a song to honor the creator. So for me, I use the word creator. I also use the word God. I think you can use whatever word you like for the divine intelligence and consciousness that is the creation vibration that we are. So this is creator, and I'll start with this song.
Space for the blessing of this new day. and the genius of you feeds the whole world. You feed my soul every day. Oh, thank you, sunlight, for shining on me. You shine your light so miraculously, and you remind me that lights are made to shine bright light. Thank you for shining your light on my life. And around the stars we go, and around the universe we go. On a sphere of love we call Mother Earth, with Father Sky filled with all the celestial lights, and the miracle and the mystery of it all is the one thing that we all share here, and the majesty of it all makes my heart reach out to yours with the softness of my soul. Oh, thank you, Creator, for creating me. You're my beloved, and I'm your beloved. You're our beloved. We're your beloved. We are one planet. We are a sphere of love.
So before I just want to just say one thing is just I recognize so clearly that we are all here together with Creator, and I just want to thank all of you for coming again. And one of the things I just felt that I wanted to begin is Tanya had said that this is a root healing today, and I think it's very important to sort of say that first, just in opening the space, that this is to the root for all of us where we were created in creation. So Tanya, just please take over when you're ready.
Hi, welcome everyone from every part of the world that you come from. I want to acknowledge your ancestors and every opportunity that brought you to this moment here to be together with us and to celebrate this day, this beautiful gift of life that we have. I want to acknowledge my ancestors and all that I've been blessed with in my life, my family, all of creation, and my connection to you all. my connection to the Creator, and my connection to all of creation. To me, the most important thing today that I wanted to share, so I'm First Nation. I'm from Abitibi Anishinaabe Nation, and that's sorry, 1 second.
So bear with
I
us.
was
There we go. Okay, you're good. You're good. Good.
I was warned this would happen. There's going to be sometimes there's things that will try to prevent a message from being relayed. So what I want to do is just get to the message. So we all come from somewhere. We all have ancestors, and we're deeply rooted in those places, in those spaces, connected to the land. No matter where you're from, you have spirit helpers and guides. You have the power to your connection with your Creator. And in that capacity, we're completely love. We're pure and light, always capable of doing what is good and right in every moment. And you're right in the right place at the right moment at the right time all the time. So I just want to do a dance today. And I don't know if anybody has ever heard the story about the jingle dress, but in brief, it is a healing dress. And with the sound, and it's important, I think even Paul is very a good person to explain the power of sound and how that is healing with his story. So with the power of the sound of the jingle dress, it is said that it would send those vibrations to connect to the Creator, to connect to the ancestors, to connect to all that is healing, and send those healing powers to those who are sick, people that need help, who have cancer, who are trying to heal intergenerational traumas, to heal anything really that you feel that there's something that you need within yourself, within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, within your spirit, that needs a healing, something that needs to be righted somewhere along the line. We could have been wronged in some way, form, shape. It could be in this life or past lives. But this dress is made specifically from a dream, and it actually came to me this year. So I'm going to call in a singer, and I'm going to do the dance while I can. If anything happens to my connection or something, I really want to offer this this dance for you. Paul asked me if there was something that I could share that is something from me that I'm able to share with this healing circle. And this is me. What I'm wearing is who I am, what I represent, what I care about, what I love the most, which is my spirit, my soul, my heart, and my mind connected to the Creator. And so when I dance for you, I want you to bring in the peace, the healing, send it to those who need it, and just let the Creator do the Creator's work. So I'll call in my singer now. I'm just going to pause for a moment because my dress is very noisy. And then once the song starts, I'll turn it back on, and this won't take more than 30 seconds. Be right back. Hi. Would you be able to pull up that one screen for me?
Absolutely. Just 1 second. You can catch your breath now. Beautiful. I just have to say thank you so much to both of you. Deepest gratitude. All right, here we go. Can you see that now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Great.
Hi again, I'm Tanya Audrey Matthews. My spirit name is White Fox, and I'm the one that gives the breath of life. I'm from the Bear Clan. I'm from Abitibi and Anishinaabe Nation. It's an Algonquin nation. And my father is from Winisk, which is north of where I'm from, Abitibi Lake. It's by Hudson Bay. I'm a light worker, I'm a dream traveler, and I carry a bundle. My roots are from Abitibi and Winisk, which is located in Turtle Island. My mom is the chief of our nation, and my father is a chief ceremony chief, Chief Iron Bear. My grandparents are from these nations, Winisk and Abitibi and Anishinaabe Nation, and I have a grandfather from Germany. This is my home. My family has suffered the effects of residential school. My father attended residential school, and it's by a miracle that one summer my father, they wanted to keep my father at the residential school when all the kids were being sent home for the summer. One summer, and my Auntie Martha broke in to the school and took him to the pilot where the children were having their rides home, and he was the last one there. And she begged the pilot for him to be able to go home, and the pilot said that he would be willing to lose his job to make sure that my father got home safe. So he was saved that summer by my Auntie Martha, my great Aunt Martha. So it is with a lot of power, that we're here. A lot of people, angels here on earth made sure that I could sit in front of you today to be able to tell my father's story. A part of our history here on Turtle Island that not a lot of people really want to acknowledge. And I want people to start to understand treaties, understand that we have agreements. Our people are very knowledgeable. We carry knowledge, ancient knowledge that we never lost. We never lost our teachings, our knowledge. And we continue to work and do the work that we're sent here by the Creator to do. As my father did, as I am today, as I was taught by my father who passed on his bundle to me. It is an honor to be able to sit here today and to acknowledge all of the ones who suffered other traumas like the 60s goop. And one of my ceremony teachers was a 60s goop. And she also shared her teachings of Star Lodge for 18 years until she passed with me. So now I work with grandmothers all over the world, specifically Gil Whitlow of Six Nations, who is a grandmother, and Mohawk. So I am a student at Nipissing University right now, where I study political science. And the reason for that is simply because I want to be able to right some wrongs that have been done to our nations here in Turtle Island. I want to become a lawyer. I was just writing on my letter to the university, the law school university in Montreal last night. And I was fueling from this work that we're doing today. I was being fueled and I just went with it. So spirit was with me. My father is with me. As you can see in my background, it just so happened that I found the Northern Lights, and that's where my father comes from, where the Northern Lights are just like this, like right there, almost every night. And that was the spirit that came to get my father was the Northern Lights on his 4th day of his sacred fire. So it's very powerful. My roots are not only visible on the ground, but they're visible within the sky and in the universe. So today, I want you to powerfully connect with your roots. I want you to remember that when you put your feet on the ground and you get grounded, connect with the Mother Earth, connect with your ancestors, connect with your spirit helpers and your spirit guides, connect with the Creator, make sure all of that beautiful energy that makes you connected to the Creator and all that is above us and all that is below us. And you connect that way, and you give thanks for all of who you are, all the things that you know, all the things that you don't know, and put a mighty powerful intention of good steps forward. No matter where you are in life, talk to the ones who carry the knowledge, the ones that can teach you about history. For me, that's my elders, and I'm working on documentaries right now where I'm going to be recording all of the elders that are still here, for them to share that precious knowledge to establish our memory, something that will stand like forever, where the youth will never forget, they'll never lose it. And so that's going to be something that I'm working on with my nation, and something I just did. And I'm working on where all my ancestors are buried, and putting the proper offerings and proper what would be there, what should be there. And no matter where they are, there's sacred burial sites where mainstream doesn't even know, the government doesn't know where these places are. And so that's the type of work that I'll be doing. And we're all sort of whatever your spirit tells you is the work. So it's not a question of like, well, what's my purpose? What's my meaning? And it's really just really listening to your own spirit, and trusting yourself and your guide, the guidance that is within, that you'll know exactly what to do. And that's what brought us all here today with, and I'm so happy everybody's here. I'm happy to have been called by Paul. Thank you. And my brother, Paul, love you so much. And my sister, June, I'm so happy to have met you both. I look forward to always working in these healing circles for all time. You go ahead.
Thank you so much, Tanya. There's so much that you just shared that just I think was so rich to the root of our power and I just want to honor you for just bringing us into that awareness, right with each other and with our personal self, through really, quite frankly, all it is. So thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm going to turn this right over to June. I think it's only right for me to honor the women that have come today first by letting them speak first before me. So it's your turn, June. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Is my sound okay, Paul? I feel like the light is beaming and I need to adjust it because it's
You sound great, by the way. I just want to.
That's good.
You're good.
Fix that a little bit. Oh my goodness. Technicalities, hey?
Technology, but it also is working great because we're all together around the world.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay, just wait. What's going on? There. How's that? Is that too dark?
You look great.
Perfect. Okay. Hello, everyone. Kansa Tauya. June Nitsi Tason. Igwa Koti Nemesis Saga Hegane Kostinia. 38 Territory, Alberta. My name is June, and I am from Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation, Northern Alberta, Treaty 8 Territory. I am the granddaughter of Albert and Constance Badger and Oliver and Florence Mitchell. And I am the youngest daughter of Annie and Norman Mitchell, all of Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation. And it's my great honor and pleasure to sit here with you today and share in this beautiful circle of healing, circle of love, light, and healing. Just setting the intention today that our circle is blessed with only the highest vibrational healing energies of love and light, Creator, Spirit, Mother God, Father God. And I just want everybody to kind of ground in and just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just grounding in, just settling in. Thank you. Oh, I just kind of drew a blank there for a second, Paul. I guess we could do the slide that we had put up, and then I'll go from there. I'll share. All right, there I am in my beautiful regalia. I am a old-fashioned fancy dancer. So sometimes you'll see fancy dancers at the powwows, and they have the shawls. But myself, I do the old-fashioned way, and I carry 2 scarves when I dance. And I only just recently started dancing. My outfit or my regalia came through to me also in a dream in collaboration with my beautiful sister, my cousin Fran, and she's an amazing seamstress. And we collaborated, and it was just a dream the way it came about. And it's the theme and the meaning behind my regalia is the water keeper. For many years, I worked as the First Nations consultation department in protection of the lands and the waters for my nation. I worked there for 9 years, and so it's fitting that my regalia is the water keeper. So my name is June Palmer, and I am an intuitive healer and a Reiki master, and I have a passion for alchemy, crystal singing bowls, and sound healing. I love to connect with my clients and take them on journeys to wellness using sound. In connection with my spirit team, I am intuitively guided and blessed with amazing insight. In this sacred space of connection to the ancestors, I act as a channel for their healing messages. And so that is extensively what I do. I travel recently in the last little bit. I've been traveling extensively and sharing sound healing. And the reason I love sound healing so much is because in the world of us having to do so many things, we have so many jobs, so many hats to wear, so many things to do in life. When we're in healing state, it's like, why add more stuff to our to-do list, right? So when we are in sound healing, it's amazing how the sound healing works. I work with the energy centers and the chakras. We have the 7 major ones. They each have a tone and a note and a color. And if you know guitar strings notes, from the root all the way up, it follows the guitar string notes. And then the colors of the rainbow follow the chakras as well. So having said that, each one of those has a tone, note, a color, and a vibration. Energy is vibration. Maybe sometimes we have gone through certain things like we all have, and we thought we have dealt with it and it's gone, put away, great. Well, when we do sound healing, sometimes the energies that we're still holding on to in different places and spaces in our body get stirred up by those vibrations. And then it can come about as tears. It can come through as laughter, chatter, sleep. And any of that is just natural because it's release. It's release and it's movement. It's just moving the energy and the flow. And that's the beauty of the sound is we don't have to do anything. It just does it. I'm just going to, I'm sorry, Paul, I had this track that I wanted to play just for a second. And don't worry, it's going to be fabulous. And we don't own the rights to any of the music that I'm going to be playing during this little next minute or so.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I just want you to settle in and just lower your gaze, close your eyes just for a moment and bring awareness just to the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and easy, just settling in. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just noticing any spaces or places and just kind of resting in just a moment, just for the next moment or so. And I just want you to feel into this next track of music that I'm going to play for you. All right, just opening up your eyes and bringing awareness back into the space and back into the room. And maybe just in the chat there, if you want, you can just put in a word or a comment, something that stirred up for you or came up. And if you would like, you can just unmute for a second and popcorn if you want.
I'll start. I thought it was really, really fun. Like it lifted me into a happier place. So thank you.
I love that. Perfect. So I love this. I love doing this particular little exercise everywhere I go because whether it's a room with like 2 or 3 people or a big ballroom of 500 people, I always get the same reaction. Everybody's kind of sitting there, just kind of waiting, you're almost on the edge of your seat, wondering what's going to happen. And then the Pink Panther starts, and no, like it was just like a beautiful the screen. Everybody's just these great big smiles. It stirs up joy and it raises your vibration. It brings you into that higher vibration of healing and love and light. And that's the beauty of sound. I love it. So the way I got into sound healing was almost by accident, really. I've always been intuitive. I've always been into energy work, that kind of thing, right from when I was a little girl. And in 2015, my mom got sick with cancer, and I'd go visit her every day after work, and I'd walk in her room and I'd say, "Hello, Mama," and she'd say, "Oh, good, you're here." And she'd kind of slump in. I'm like, "Holy, do you have a like crappy day? No visitors?" And she says, "No. I had lots of visitors. Lots of people came." She goes, "But when you come, I just feel better." And then I thought to myself, puffed up my chest. I was like, I'm the youngest of 9. I'm like, must be the favorite child, like, but it wasn't that. It was just the energy that I brought with me, the energy that I brought into the room, and just she was able to relax into it. And so I'm sitting there playing on my phone, and my mom is laying on the bed beside me, and she's turned away towards the window, and she's resting. And then I get the telling, just like I'm talking to you now, this laying of the hands, lower back, right hip. And I was like thinking, well, no, I must clear my ears. And then again, laying of the hand, lower back, right hip. And I'm like, what the? And now I'm thinking I'm losing it. I'm like, laying of the hand, lower back, right hip. I'm like, okay, this is something happening. And I'm not doing that. Nope, not doing it, because my mom was of the residential school. My grandparents, my mom, and my siblings, they all attended residential school, but I didn't have to, because by the time I came around, they were we got to go to regular school. But so my siblings and my mom and dad went. And so hand holding, hugging, and any physical contact like that wasn't my mom's way. She loved us different, just not that way. So when I'm being told to lay my hands, I'm like, no, because I'm thinking, it wasn't how it goes. And if I do this, maybe I'm gonna get the biggest spanking of all time, because so, but they kept persisting. So I kind of like did it. And my mom's like, wow, your hands are so hot. And I was like, okay, carry on with that. And so I started doing research then. I did research, and the closest thing I could find to the energy work that I was doing was Reiki energy work, hands-on, light touch. So I became a Reiki master, and I mixed that with my intuitive gifts, talents, my connection to my ancestry, my team, and my channeling, and I put it all together into Miiguan Energy Works. And I call it Miiguan Energy Works because when I was trying to put a label or a name to my little company, I couldn't figure it out. Like, there's light touch, there's energy this, and I thought, well, just Miiguan Energy Works. It just works. There it is. Miiguan Energy Works. And so I travel around, and I share crystal singing bowls. So that was how I got into energy work. I started doing that. I was just doing that at my nation, just doing energy work at my nation with my elders, with my nation members. And then my mom passed in April 28th, 2015. And each of the kids got an inheritance of sorts. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go be responsible and pay a pile of bills and stuff. Nope, not doing it, because my mom and I were adventurers. Me being the youngest of 9, I got to spend a lot of time, the most time with my mom and my dad. And so me and my mom, we would go do all kinds of things. So I thought, I'm going to adventure. So one of my adventures, I took all 4 of my kids to Banff skiing, the Big 3, for a week. And midweek, I sent them off skiing, and I wandered through the town. And there was this, and of course I was still grieving. I was still deep in grief. And so I'm walking down the street, and there's this beautiful little store. It's got glass windows, and there's rows and rows of mixing bowls. I thought they were mixing bowls. So I wander into this mixing bowl store, and I met the lady, Martha Burkett, and she told me that they're not mixing bowls, but they're crystal singing bowls. And she told me how they work for healing, for just all around, how they can help you out in your daily life, in whatever it is that you are dealing with. Energy, vibration, sound, music, tones, chakras, colors. It was like it was all came together in that moment. And so I told her what brought me there, and how, I was still grieving heavy. She had a table set up in her store. So there I was, laid out on her table, and she took a few little mixing bowls down from her collection, and she did a little singing bowl sound bath for me. Well, the lift of the grief and the heaviness, the elephant that was sitting on my chest, and just the shift in the energy that I had just from that little sound bath. Of course, I was still breathing, but it wasn't as heavy. And if you know the Flintstones, you remember the Flintstones when the person was walking around with a cloud and there's lightning and it's like raining darkness, like that little cloud was lifted. And so I thought, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. I need to buy some of these. So I picked one up. I was like, oh my God, put that down gently. Quit touching everything in the stores. It was a $10,000 bowl. I just picked this thing up. I'm like, holy crap. So I put it down. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to buy a bunch of these right at the moment. So I started with one very, very gently priced, all-purpose little frosted crystal singing bowl. And I went back to my nation, and I was doing the work at my nation. And so at the end of my session with my elder, I played that one little bowl. And he sat up on the table after I was done, and he's looking at me, looking at that bowl, and he's looking at me. And when you played that bowl, everything felt like it was coming out right here. And I was like, it's amazing. I said, me too. And so I knew I had to carry on with this. So I've grown my crystal bowl collection. I have seven pieces now. And I have these beautiful little chimes. And so I do crystal bowl sound baths. And I travel extensively sharing the beauty of sound healing and sound medicine everywhere I go. And I get to share a little sound bath with you today. So it's not going to be Pink Panther. It's going to be my beautiful friends, my crystal bowls. This one is a moldavite. This one is Indian pipestone. Each one of these amazing little bowls is going to connect with you and stir up different things in your energy centers. This one's pink ocean gold, mother of pearl. You see it? There it is. Can't see. They should not. All right. So this is the part where we get to get cozy. How's that for sound, Paul? That's okay?
Yeah, that's good. You could also do the original sound for musicians on. That helps maybe. But try that. In the corner of the screen usually. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
don't worry about it.
Original sound for a musician. Yes, I'm a musician.
Yes.
Mute my microphone, join a meeting. Okay, no. Stereo audio? No. Echo cancellation? High fidelity.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just go for it.
I did a test last night, so the reverberation was better with all right. So settling in and bringing awareness just to the breath, just to the moment right now. Making any adjustments that you need. And just an awareness that just for the next few minutes or so, there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just settling in and enjoying the tones. right, through the toes, left and right. Toes up through the ankles and the heels, left and right. Breath getting deeper as we go, moving up the ankles, up through the shins and the calves, through the knees, left and right. From the knees up through the legs, up through the hips and the sit bones and the lower back. Nice deep breath into the belly, filling it up nice and big. Moving up through from the root chakra to the sacral chakra. The color here is orange. This is color of creation. Moving up through to the solar plexus. The color here is yellow. This is our energy center of our gut instincts. Nice deep breath in, moving up through to the heart center now. The color here is green. This is where our lungs are located. Nice deep breath in, filling up the lungs nice and big. Awareness through the fingertips and the wrists. Wrists up to the shoulders. Nice little roll. Nice deep breath in through the throat chakra. The color here is blue. Just gently swallowing and noticing the taste. Bringing awareness through all the senses. Back to the space. Awareness now up through the third eye, just above the eyebrows, center of the forehead. Noticing if there's a vision or a color in your mind's eye and holding that. Color here is indigo. Finally moving up through the crown chakra, just above the top of the head. Color here is violet. This is your connection to spirit, consciousness, universe, your higher self, Mother God, Father God, Creator. Slowly bringing awareness back to the space, back to the room. Welcoming you back from your journey to wellness through sound. I hope that the sound traveled just so and just perfect and just as amazing as you needed it to be in this moment. I'm just noticing if there was any spaces or places where maybe you felt some movement, some flow, some release. And just to check in, just checking in, noticing how you felt before we went into the sound bath and how you're feeling now as we kind of come out the other side. I love, love, love sharing this beautiful gift. And I love how it all came to be, the beautiful story of how it came to be and how I was guided, divinely guided to those places and how it all came to be and how it is that I get to sit with you here. I'm extremely grateful to you, my beautiful brother Paul, for including me in this is our second year. And just so you know, Paul, every time I do my sound, when I do the journey to wellness through sound and through the heart center, I always play my heart song at the end. So when your ears are ringing through the different times of the day, it's like, that's just me talking all about you.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so very much. I feel very honored to just have experienced that. That was incredible. I was pulsating in a way that I feel the pulse, let's just say, of spirit and creation. Yeah, and I think
I love how like it's a energetic massage kind of.
well, thank you so much. Did you need any more time?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm going to just take over then. But thank you so much. I am honored to have you here and obviously Tanya as well. By the way, before we move on, why don't you just give your website for those that are interested so that you know, if they're interested,
Okay.
they reach
Yeah,
out.
I'll put it in the chat
Okay, perfect.
the way it is spelled. Thank you.
Okay,
And on a side note, Miigwan Energy Works. Miigwan is my spirit lodge name. It means feather in my Cree language.
I love that. Beautiful. All right. Well, I am just going to put us back into gallery for myself. You can also switch your modes at the top of your screen for anyone that wants to change their viewing. So I've put it to gallery. You can choose however you like to see us, but I want to feel everybody together. So that's what I've done. So I think what I just would like to do is just to take a moment to share how I met these two beautiful quite frankly, healers and spiritual guides. And I think it's very interesting because what I believe and know to be very true is that my job, my mission, is to bring people together that are meant to be together. And that is not because of me, it's because of Creator. So I become a little me so that Creator can come through. And what I think is very interesting to me is how this moment happened. And I just want to take a moment to honor after my father died by suicide in 2011. I was very blessed to go to a suicide awareness event, and I met a man named Bill Hill. And Bill Hill was with us last year on this day. And he basically held space for me with my ancestors. And this is a very important teaching of First Nations, that there are many people that stand with us that we cannot see. Our ancestors are always with us. And it's a very important part of healing. So I think, first of all, I would like to honor again the ancestors that are standing with us that none of us can see in honor of Bill Hill and the teachings of First Nations. And I think it's important to take a moment with that. So just take a breath in and just honor anyone that's with us that you can't see physically with your eyes, but spiritually with your heart. These are our brothers, our sisters, our aunties, our uncles, our grandparents, our grandmothers, our grandfathers. These are beautiful souls that are with us now. They're always with us. So, in honor of all of them, please just take a moment to say thank you for being with us. Thank you. So, moving on past that stream of honoring our ancestors, there's a lot of things that had to be so that we could be. There's a lot of divine alignments in creation that had to be so we could be. And I would like to honor all of the bloodlines here today that have allowed this moment with all of us together around the world. And I believe that from this moment of divine alignment, there's many things that needed to align today for us to move forward past today as well. And the perfect people, the perfect alignments are here today with all of us in spirit. So I would like to just say that. Moving past that, Bill Hill offered me a moment with honoring my inner spirit name. And so I don't normally share this with many people, but today I feel guided to share this. But my spirit name is that I will cry for you. That was what came through in 2011. And I will cry for you came through that is one of my spiritual names. And from that name, I have started to write music. And it's very interesting to me when I look back at that moment with honoring that moment, because oftentimes when I play music with my heart, soul, and spirit with Creator, many people cry. So it's interesting how that works. But I think that there's a lot in that. And I think that we all have spiritual names. So my suggestion to you beyond this moment is maybe take some time with yourself, with your soul, your spirit, with Creator, and ask yourself what your spirit name is. And that is a private, personal time that you can do with yourself. So I would just like to ask you a little piece of homework or work to take with you from here is just to tap in and ask what your spirit name is with Creator. And whatever comes through, just trust the first name that it is and write it down and hold space for that name. It's important. So, moving past that moment with Bill Hill, there was a lot of things that had to align for us together again to get here today. And I would like to just honor how Creator brought, first of all, interestingly enough, June sort of came first in a way, and Tanya around the same time in my mind. So I'm not sure which came first. But what's beautiful is I almost feel like it's a remembering when creation happens. So June and I met just to honor our relationship in the physical. I was invited to a Heal Your Life course curriculum for Louise Hay in essentially Vancouver and then slash over to Victoria on Vancouver Island. And both of us came a distance to be on Vancouver Island together. Um, and it was in Victoria during the pandemic. And it's a very interesting little point of time and space there. But what's really beautiful about this is that we were brothers and sisters in that moment during healing and learning and training and teaching, that we came together. And I remember June shared with me when she introduced herself, she introduced her grandparents first, her ancestors first before she spoke about herself. And I think that it's very powerful. And I remember thinking, I've never met anyone that does that the way that June did that. And it really touched my heart in a way that I knew that we were essentially brothers and sisters. And I really felt the spiritual connection to us in a way that I really acknowledge. And I just want to honor, I think, June for teaching me and reminding me to do that as well. So I wanted to also honor my grandparents and my great grandparents, actually. And it's one of the reasons why I put their pictures in the video that I started with Creator, my song. And I thank June for the teaching of that and the teachings that June had to tell me that in that moment. So I just want to take a moment for all of us all again together today to honor our essentially, our mother and our father and our grandparents and our great grandparents and so on. So just take a moment and do that with me today. Beautiful. So, in that, there's a healing because it goes to the root of what had to be for us to be here. And it's that simple. It's just to take the moment to say thank you for what had to be for us to be. And thank you, June, for that teaching again, and your ancestors as well. And then moving over to Tanya, I just want to honor this because when I was singing, I had been guided to do two concerts out west, one in Vancouver, which was first, and then the next day in Calgary. And in Calgary, after my concert, when we were flying back to the area of Canada where I'm from, which is Ontario, which is where Tanya is, I met a woman named Denise, and Denise is also First Nations. And this is how Creator works. We were held up for almost like a 12 or 13-hour delay, a very long, and I've traveled a lot, but a very long delay. But because of that delay, I was in a lounge with Denise, and Denise actually and I, with Corey, had an exchange of conversation about First Nations. And in that moment, she became someone that came to me for a spiritual reading. And through that, Tanya actually came into my life as well. And I think that Creator has divine moments like that, that you can't plan, that you can't manipulate in any way. But the real goal is to really listen to your heart and make sure that you're looking in 360 degrees and paying attention to what your heart and your soul and your spirit are showing you through life manifested. And so the teaching really for me in that is just to say thank you to Creator for showing me what I need to thrive. And so I'd like to just take a moment to honor that part of us as well. Is just thank you from our heart, our soul, and our spirit with divine intelligence through Creator, which I say God as well. If you choose whatever word you like. and just honor the way that creation works is through life, through our heart, with our soul and our spirit. And just say thank you for all of those moments that have been, that are here now, and that will come in the future. Just take a deep breath in there. Beautiful. So those are the 2 points of how this moment came to be. And obviously for each of you, if you're here today, there's a moment where Creator ultimately in divine design aligned us somehow through our vibration. And I always like to just speak to music in this way, because music, the universe and Creator is always listening to us, to be mindful of that what we put out comes back to us. It's like breathing, literally. So what you put out in breath or in intention or energy comes back to you. And it's a beautiful flow that happens when you're really divinely aligned with that center and core. And one of the things that I wanted to do is just honor that frequency or vibration of honoring that the universe is listening. So I'm going to play a song now, which is just, to honor the listening that is always present. So that's next up here. Feel free to close your eyes through this.
God is listening to you. The angels are listening to you too. I am listening to you. The universe is listening to you. To listen is to love. To listen is to care. To listen is to share. Life really loves you. So open up your heart and share the vibration of you. Ask for help and ask for support. And ask for grace, and be sure to ask for strength. You don't have to do this all alone anymore. You don't have to be afraid. You see, the Lord is with you, beaming through your heart. So open up your heart and ask for what you need. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Saint Bernadette, and Christ's holy love lives inside your sacred heart. Oh, Holy Mother, Holy Father, creation dwells within.
Beautiful. And just take a deep breath in there. Beautiful. So, in this creation and co creation space today, I really wanted to, I think, ultimately bring some focus to what I just recently experienced when I was in Denmark. And I first sang for the United Nations, and I've had visions. So, I am someone that has visions, and visions come true. And I think what visions are is the potential of what you can have and experience when you start to live them. So that means you have to answer your heart. You have to have the heart as your compass. And so when you have that, what happens is I believe that what has been termed as heaven on earth starts to show up for you with visions that were once a vision that can then become a reality. And I have witnessed and experienced this in different moments where I've had visions from when I was a child literally come true. And I know that we all have this ability. I'm not unique. I'm not special. I just have followed my vision. And I think most of you, if you're in this room, you've had some version of that. I don't think you'd be here otherwise. So I'm here to honor those visions that you have with your love as your heart, as the compass for the heaven on earth that we are creating and co creating. So I just want to say thank you for that because I don't think you would have come to this room without an understanding of your power. So I'm honoring your power in your heart and your soul with Creator. And what I want to just speak to in this is that when I had this vision a long time ago that I would write a song for the United Nations, it's very interesting because it's how I somehow reached Denmark just recently. And while I was there, I was preparing to meet the Dalai Lama, which is quite wild in my vision, but it's true. And I met a man named Dr. Bruce Lipton, who I shared the stage with at a United Nations event at the headquarters in New York City. And I wanted to play that song. And it's sort of weird because I've released this song the same way as all my others, but it's sort of hidden in my tracks. And I don't really understand why, because I did it the same way I always do with my distributor. But I feel like my intention today is to share that here publicly with you for a moment of, I think, co-creation. And I want to just set the song up because it's very important to me how this vision of this song came through. So when I write music, I tap into Creator, I open up my heart and my soul, and I bring in Creator. Whatever Creator wants to have me sing comes. So this song was very specific. And I was shown first a vision that was in real life manifestation of two beached whales that washed up on the shore in England. And they were side by side. I've never seen anything like this. So this picture came to me, which was a real life. People were taking all of these selfies with this whale situation that had died. These two whales washed up and died on the shore. And it really touched my heart in a way I can't explain because there was vandalizing going on with these whale bodies. It was disgusting. And it really profoundly stopped me in my track. But this first vision came through. Then my guidance was like, we're not done. We have more to show you. So then the second vision came, which was so Dylan Klebold's mother was releasing a book about the Columbine shooting. So she had broken her 16 years of silence or whatever it was, and she was doing an interview. And it was about being the mother of someone that had killed so many people. And it was very profound. Like, so it was these two whales first, and then this whole book was being released, and this was to be a part of the song and the message of what I needed to say, which was very confusing for me. And I've never had a song come to me like this. And then the third thing was they were doing this documentary on endangered species. And in the endangered species world, they were documenting the Rab's tree frog because it was the last male that was going to exist and there was no more females. And the Rab's tree frog, I remember, so they were taking photographs to document animals before they go extinct so that there's a document to show what they were. And this Rab's tree frog looked at me and showed me how important this moment was. And apparently that Rab's tree frog, from what I understand, has died, so transition. So there'll never be another, is sort of the anticipation of what they've said about it. And so with those three things, I was ready to write this song. It's a very complicated sort of writing process. I don't normally have that. But this is the song that I know is important. And when I was shown, there was supposed to be a meditation at the beginning of it to honor the whales underwater. So I did that. And then I wrote the song as guided. And I'm going to play that for you now, okay? So just take a moment. This is what I played in 2017 at the United Nations in New York City.
We are one world of love. We are the universal love. We must teach the children it's all about the love. We must model and lead this world with all our love. Oh, I believe in you. Oh, stop and look up at the pretty skies of blue. Smell the fragrant flowers, they are growing for you. And watch the sunset upon the oceans. See the stars fill up the skies at night, and find the rainbows that are yours. The universe is full of treasures just for you. Oh, I believe I believe in you. Oh, help the endangered species. They need our help. Oh, help our precious, precious planet. Cradle the earth with your heart, and love yourself, and love your neighbors. Brothers and sisters, that's who we are. And find the rainbows that are yours. The universe is full of treasures just for you. And I know I cannot do this on my own. I'm not big enough to do this life alone. I know I need all the help that I can get. That's why I'm calling all the angels and the saints of love, because I believe in expanding the love. And I've learned that if you get lost and scared along your way, you must always know that the love in your heart will be the light that guides you home. Because I know in my heart that you're an angel. That's who you are. Because I know in my heart that you're an angel. That's who you are. Because I believe in you.
Beautiful. And so take a deep breath in with that for a minute. So, what happens when we start seeing ourselves as angels? I think that that's who we are. Just being real. And what happens when we are? And what happens when we become the angel that we are? I'm really interested in finding out, and I think that we're in a room full of angels. I think that heaven starts to show up. So, I think ultimately the way that I wanted to leave this today is just to say thank you for being angels. And I know that in that space of healing that we have together is when we start honoring each other equally as the angels that we are. And we're here to help this planet right here. We're the ones we've been waiting for. And the only way that I have come to learn about how to do that is by following your heart with your soul and your spirit with Creator, and whatever word you use for that, Creator. So I wanted to take a moment just to honor you for being the angel that you are and the gift that you are to the world. And I think very powerfully, June and Tanya showed us that those stories have been kept alive for a very long time for us to remember them today. And they've done everything that they can to try to let us forget it. And we will not forget, we will remember, and we will honor it. And that honors the ancestors that allowed us to now know the stories that are starting to surface for us to action with our heart and our soul. And so I think that we're in a very precarious, precious time, is my point to this. And I think that it's very easy to forget about what we are and how powerful we are and what we can do when we really honor our ourself with pure love for what we are. And we're a piece of creation, creator. And what happens when we actually, and I say this with humility, but what happens when we start working together in moments like this? And I've noticed as an ascension guide that has helped people, I've noticed that there's this circle of time that happens around the sun, around every single year. There's 365 days. And when we circle the sun, there's seasons. And we go around in these beautiful dances around the time based on light. And I think it's really powerful when we remember what happens in that time. And we go through these cycles. And I feel like we're in a cycle right now of remembering. I think that we actually know a lot more than we recognize, but it takes your heart to sort of decode it. And I just want to say, you know, as we go around the sun and as this sort of next year comes into bloom, I think just take some time to really take some time to remember through your heart, you know, all that you are and what had to be for you to be here and the miracle that had to align all of those miracles together for you to be here. And, you know, you're no small little thing. You're actually quite a powerful part of this earth. And I just want to say thank you for just taking some time to honor the miracle of you today, the miracle of us together today. And I think as you move outside of the circle where there's no end and no beginning, just remember to take that with you and really allow yourself to sort of look at things in 360 degrees with your heart, your soul, and your spirit with Creator. Um, and I feel like I've sort of said what I need to say today. Is there anyone, I wanted to also open up a dialogue. So if anybody wants to sort of share where they're from or anything that is on your heart or in your awareness that's coming through, I wanted to give you time to sort of do that. So I'm going to just let it just sort of flow naturally. So if somebody wants to speak, just unmute so that we can hear you and go for it.
Yes, I would like. Thank you, Paul. I'm very touched. I'm from Germany and I'm very, it's like evening my time. And I just saw the invitation of Paul and I was very drawn to come. And I don't know, I'm feeling very sad, but not sad, I'm moved to tears. And I just feel my heart is really racing and I feel so connected, and I'm just in a point in my life where I feel that I'm holding back my light, and I just because there's so much trauma, and I do worked a lot on this and I do a lot of healing work, but I still feel this not really having the courage to really show up. And I'm just saying that now because I'm just giving into the field, in this field and also in this big field, that I'm looking for help and support too. Because I'm really called to move out of the dark and to do my work. And yeah, I'm just wanted to share this, whoever is listening in the big field or the small field or this field, the manifested field. And I'm just very, very grateful to be here. And yeah, it's just a precious field and beautiful space. And thank you so much, Paul. I don't know you really, but I'm very I feel so connected to you. I don't know, maybe we meet one day in person.
Well, I just want to say thank you. And I honor what you've shared. And I think in this field of wellness, let's call it, we're very powerful. So we've been listened to by something greater than us, and let it just, let it just breathe in and out of you now. Okay. So there's nothing you need to do. Just breathe. That's it. Just pay attention to your heart, what comes in manifest now as you move out of this circle into your life again. And I'm going to do this every year on the 11/11 is my plan in some capacity. So, just go circle around the next year and see what happens and just be open. So I think you'll get what you need.
Thank Thank you.
Thank you. Feel free if anybody wants to say anything.
Just gratitude and thankfulness, and I feel pretty amazing and awesome going into the day. Thank you for the reminder that we are all angels.
I love how you just said that so simply. And I think what we need to remember is how incredible we are. We are made in the image of. I think that's no small thing. That's a really big thing. So, what happens when we remember and action that fully and support each other? And that's what we're doing today. And again, that comes in to support us. So we expand out into the world. So I love you, June. Thank you.
I have a sharing. So one thing, if anybody is aware, that in a healing circle, we actually pass the energy around. So even if you don't have anything to say, you can just say thank you. That's it. There's nothing else to say. But if we could go around, have everybody just however order it goes, just let it go. And if you have nothing to say, just say thank you. And that's it. Just to unmute and we'll go to the next one. If we could just do that before we close. Last thing I want to say is thank you for your story, June. Touched me right in my heart, and your songs, Paul. As you both know, I recently lost my father, and I'm right in the spirit space. The Northern Lights is a representation of my ancestors, our ancestors, and I felt the presence of them the whole time. And it's sort of this place of what I like to describe as I'm in such a different spiritual space with myself right now, having experienced such a profound loss, that I don't really know where it is, but it's somewhere close to heaven. Like it's like if there was a place that was closer to heaven, even though we are in heaven here, this is a heaven, and we don't have anything to fear. We don't have to fear the dark or the darkness, or in that we are completely powerful, and that is our peace and our light within us. That is just literally a shining. You're like a shining beacon, and all you have to do is clear. All you have to do with your light is clear, and it will literally go across the entire world, and you'll share your light. You just be like, clear it, clear all of that stuff, clear it all as far as you can get it. And you're doing God's work. So thank you for sharing your story, June. And actually, my dad did leave me some money, and I was planning to travel the world with it, because I'm I'm so hurt and so healing. And I didn't realize what an honor it would be. And I never imagined it is everything that is completely love and powerful, and learning through a loss and being in a sacred space of grief. And it is an honor to share my space with you, because it was said that when people are going through that, they are very, very powerful. And I understand now why I never understood before. So thank you, love and light all across this universe, all to from the beginning of time. Bless our ancestors and heal all of your lines.
Beautiful. I'm just going to say one thing. I feel like from that, I just want to share, because you both brought in money. Now, money is a big thing right now. And there seems to be a lot of stories that are being created right now about the fearing of it. So I want to just say what I did with my money from my, just to keep the circle sort of balanced. So after my father died, he loved motorcycles. So he actually had a 1969 Triumph motorcycle, and it was an antique. And there was many people in our family that were like, I want it, no, it's going to be mine. Very like weird energies in our family about this. And the best part about it legally was it was actually ours, and we got to choose what to do with that. So it was given to me from my mother, and I decided to sell it. And I knew what I wanted to do was replace my father's passion. What he loved was motorcycles, and I knew what he wanted for me was to do music. So I sold his motorcycle and I got the money from it. And I actually took that money, which is all that he had actually, and I bought my keyboard and my sound studio, which I've made all of my music with. So I wanted to replace his passion for mine as his son and do something. And what's really wild about this story, and this is the universe with Creator, is the original owner that had it for 1 year before my dad bought it when he was 16 years old. It went back to the original owner who sold it because he couldn't afford to keep it and get married for the love of his life. So he sold it to my father. And that particular moment is a wild moment for me. So in 1970, my father bought that motorcycle, and with that money, it was a chunk of money for him when he was a teenager, but he really wanted a motorcycle because he loved them. And I think it's so wild that I did not know the man, I didn't know the story, but somehow the universe aligned for this man to find out I was selling it and it could go back to its rightful owner that was meant to have it again. And I took that money, and I wouldn't know you without that music that I created from that keyboard from my father's money. So that's what I mean about the power of money when it's used to follow your heart. So when you do that, things show up from Creator like this. And that's our fathers, our ancestors are in that money and in that creation with co creation. So thank you for honoring Tanya, your father, and June, your parents as well. And please carry, I'm going to pass the baton or the stick, as we say, to who's next.
Well, I'm Jill from Denmark, and I just want to say thank you very much. I'm really touched in my heart, and it's been beautiful to be here with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Beautiful to see you.
I'll go next. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, I just wanted to say thank you very much, Paul, and for everybody who showed up today. It was really enlightening, and I don't know what to say other than I really just want to say thank you so much. Over and out.
Beautiful, Linda. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Whoever wants to go next.
Oh, I loved it. It was so beautiful. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Lindsay. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello, donc I'm Belinda and I come from Tahiti in French Polynesia, and I just to thank you a lot for all you did. Wow, so wonderful, so amazing. Thank you.
I just have to say, Belinda and I just met with the Dalai Lama. So we met in India, in Dharamsala, just recently, but it shows you the power. And I just want to say to Belinda what Belinda's doing in the world, just to add some light. So the Peace Tree Project, when I first met Belinda, through my work and my music, Belinda was invited essentially to India because the woman that kind of was supposed to go, I guess, couldn't go. So Belinda went in her sort of inability to go. But we met, and she had been using my music with children around trees to show them how to love from their heart. And the Peace Tree Project uses my music to show children often about how to love nature and trees. And Belinda had showed me a video of these children actually doing that. And it was an amazing thing to be at the Dalai Lama to see that. And, Tahiti's very far away. She was, I think, the furthest person that came to meet the Dalai Lama with us. So thank you so much, Belinda, for coming today.
Thank you, Paul.
And whoever wants to go next, feel free.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be with you. It was amazing. Really enjoy Thank you. I live in Raiatea. It's a little island. And Belinda told me, hey, Paul is giving a circle of healing, and I was so happy to come here. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Welcome. And I'm so honored that you came. And again, there's a reason for this beautiful healing today together. And it's just where everyone's just showing up with love. It's a gorgeous thing to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak? As Tanya said, if you could just say just a quick hello. Maybe everyone's a little too shy. I don't know. But I think, if one wants to just sort of, hold the space of thank you in your heart, that will work for me too. And
yeah, there's a real thing of introvert.
Yeah.
Do not want to speak.
okay.
And we acknowledge that. We acknowledge those ones who cannot take the mic.
J'écoute tout le temps.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is I'm going to end with a song. I think that feels right. So bear with me for 2 seconds while I just pull one last song up. And we will do this one here.
Nicholas, your microphone is on.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how it works. Can I shut up my mouth?
Okay, I'm good to go. I'm going to just switch over to the last song here will be Spheres of Love, which is the title track, and it will be to essentially hold the energy of healing the world together. So bear with me. There we go. Just feel in your heart.
Oh, rivers of love flow deeply through my heart. Oceans and oceans, rivers of love. Circles and spheres of holy love. It's a beautiful thing to be alive with so much love. Oh, rivers of light flow deeply through my soul. Oceans and oceans, rivers of light. Circles and spheres of holy light. It's a beautiful thing to be alive with so much light. So heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Oh, circles of love. That is what we truly are. No end and no beginning, just whole love. 360 degrees of love. It's a beautiful thing to remember. We're made of love. So heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. this world is free when we are free? Whose world is this anyways? Is it yours or is it mine? It's time to heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Come on and heal the world. Connect your light, connect your love from the inside out. So heal the world. Come on and heal the world.
Beautiful. So I feel like we have accomplished perfectly what we intended to do today, was just to hold a circle of love around the world with healing, in a circle healing. So thank you so much to everyone again. June and Tanya, thank you. And everyone who's united. So I think we've completed that, and I'm going to just end it there to close the circle. And thank you, everyone, and blessings to you every day to come, every way to come, and the best is yet to come. We're just getting started. So the world is being birthed in new ways. So just to hold that seed in your heart as we birth this new world together with love in our heart, soul, and spirit with Creator. Okay. Thank you, everyone.